Coming at you live from my mom's basement in beautiful Pleasant Grove, Utah. This is the All Dodgers podcast, part of the Believe network of podcasts, brought to you by FanDuel. My name is Jeff Snyder. That guy next to me there, right there, that's Clint Pasillas. You can find him on the social medias at RealFRG. I'm at Snydog. We are both Dodger fans, and sometimes we wonder why. We wonder why we care about baseball at all. This is one of those stretches. Clint, the Dodgers, not good at baseball right now. What's the deal, bro?
Yeah, you know what? They're not pitching too bad. They're mostly defending the baseball. Turns out you got to hit the baseball and score some runs to have more runs than the other team, and they've just all forgot about it. Plainly have forgot about it. They've now lost 9 of their last 15, narrowly avoid their second shutout of the year. 4 runs in this series, just not a lot of good on the offensive side. And, you know, I like the open there. I like the cold open from you. We got a spicy Jeff tonight. What's going on?
I mean, well, people have come to expect when you say spicy on it. You won't be getting that from me. But you know what? Clint just froze up. I wonder if he's frozen for everybody. Let me know if Clint's frozen for everybody. He's frozen for me. I hope I'm not frozen for anybody. But this is... while we wait for Clint to unfreeze, this episode, even though the Dodgers tried to change the narrative in that last inning, they scored 2 runs. They made me change this headline here at the bottom. It did say 5 runs in the last 4 games is bad. Now it says 7 runs in the last 4 games is bad. Both of those sentences are true. This one is slightly less bad. But okay, I'm going to have to go to, there's Clint. Let's see if he's back. Hey Clint, how you doing?
It's funny. I heard you, but apparently you couldn't hear me, and then I froze, just like the Dodgers offense is frozen.
See, we're just thematic. We are just giving object lessons here tonight. But yeah, whether it's 5 runs in the last 4 games, 7 runs in the last 4 games, both of those numbers are bad. A little bit signs of life tonight, but even the rally tonight, you had 3 straight hits that hit infielders' gloves, which maybe was just evening out because the Cardinals did play really good defense earlier in the game and, robbed Ohtani of a hit one time. Definitely some of those double plays they turned were really good defensive plays. But the Dodgers right now, Clint, aren't playing good baseball. And so I have a little bit of a reputation of being reasonable. And overall, I'm okay with that reputation. I do think reasonable is a compliment. But tonight, while I don't plan on being unreasonable or irrational or overreactionary, I do expect there to be some of that in the chat. And my vow to all of you right now is to not argue. If you're overdramatic and I think you're being a baby, I won't say it out loud. I'll think it in here. But I won't say it out loud. We'll put your chats up on the screen as long as they don't have F words in them. We will, we will talk about how we're feeling, because the fact is, like, where the overdramatic part comes in, Clint, I think, is when people jump to the fact that the Dodgers suck right now means they're going to suck forever and ever. Yeah. That's the part that I'm not going to agree with, but I won't argue. But yeah, this is not fun to watch right now. As Dodger fans, we commit 7 months of our lives every year to watching the Dodgers. And this is not fun to watch. AWOL801 says, Andy Pages needs an eye exam. Yeah, Andy Pages' strikeout in the, whatever it was, the 7th inning, whatever that was kind of the perfect summary of this game. Like, it's 2-1. 2-1, and he swings at 3-1, and he swings at ball 4 and ball 5 to strike out. Include ball 4, which he turned into strike 2, was a 97 mile an hour fastball that almost hit the dirt, which means there wasn't tricky movement. He wasn't fooled by it. He just decided he's about to throw me a strike, and I'm going to swing as hard as I can. And he swung, and the pitch was never a strike. It's what Oral Hershiser would call a ball out of hand. And yet he swung at it and ended up killing a rally there. And yeah, it would be nice if the Dodgers started rallying before there were 2 outs once in a while, so that one bad at bat doesn't kill the rally. But it's not fun to watch right now, Clint.
ADB 1300 in the chat said, "Is it time to panic yet?" No, you never panic with this Dodgers team. We know at some point in time they're going to be fine. They will hit. I think they will be fine in October. Them being fine in October does not guarantee they win a World Series, because other teams can also be fine or better or just playing better in that moment. All of that said, yeah, it sucks very, very bad to watch this. It's an anemic offense. It's not even like I'm not mad at them. I'm just disappointed. It's very. It's not even like pathetic. I'm not going to come down on you. It's just going to be like, come on, dude. What are we doing here, guys? What's going on here? 225 batting average over these last 4 games. Just 4 extra base hits, and it's no one particular player. It's everybody. Scratch that. One guy who has done well is Maxwell Steven Muncy. He has been great. I love me some Max Muncy. He's hitting over 340 over the last 15 days. But you look at everybody else, Shohei hitting right around 250, Tucker under 250, Freddie under 240, and then Pages under 200, and Teo has just been absolutely putrid. Unless you count a little bit of ninth inning luck there. It's not fun to watch. It's not fun to watch.
Yeah, it's really not. There's a lot going on in the chat, as you can imagine. We've got a $10 super chat from the Bacon Tree, which all I got to say is,
thank you,
Bacon
Bagel.
Tree. He says, Freddie and Pages chasing awful dirt pitches. Otani and Teo can't pull anything in the air. Tucker is Conforto. This team is lifeless and old. Honestly, would rather see DePaula and co. up.
Some of those dudes at AAA, DePaula's killing it. Mike Sirota's coming off of a 3-homer game, I think, a day or two ago.
Although Sirota's at high A.
Yeah.
And DePaula's at double A, right? So
I believe so.
Yeah, he's at double A and hitting pretty well. Yeah, I mean, James Tibbs, Ryan Ward, those are the guys who would be immediate call. Like Josue DePaula, I'm not ready for yet because he hasn't ever played a game in AAA. I'm excited for the future with him. I think we would very much not enjoy watching Josue DePaula stunt his development by striking out 40% of the time in the big leagues right now. It's one of those things that sounds nice right now. And I said I wouldn't argue. I'm not arguing. I'm disagreeing. Is that different?
Yeah. Maybe we'll say for the sake of this, yes, it is slightly different because you're not telling people they're straight up wrong. But I was going to bring up Alex's comment here. You're like injecting some youth into this team, or the thing we've had discussions about at different points in time. Because I recall last season, the Dodgers playing like doo-doo, and they still end up giving a ring to Dustin May yesterday because they won that World Series. The whole change for the sake of change and people calling for the heads of Rob Van Scoyoc and Aaron Bates, and just fire somebody because that's going to make the difference. Other teams in the league are making firings with the Phillies and with there you go. Yeah, fire every hitting coach now. We'll go to the tape again. Tape says they are second in baseball and average. Now they're sixth in baseball in runs scored because they have been struggling, but they get on base somewhat. They just aren't keeping the line moving. And that's something this team at times has done very well. They did it well to open the season, but right now it's not a thing where it's like just missing Mookie or whatever. It's nobody is luck isn't on their side. You got to be lucky in baseball sometimes, and luck is not finding a lot of holes. I guess luck, you're not going to luck your way on base when you're swinging at balls in the dirt as much.
Yeah, and I do think it's a cumulative thing. When one guy's not hitting, the next guy is not as comfortable, just passing the baton because it's like, why would I pass the baton to that guy? He sucks, and so I think that's what we're seeing with Andy Pages. I think when the team is hot, he is more able and willing to stay in the zone. Not like he was walking much early in the season, but he was at least making them give him good pitches or driving the good pitches when he got them. And that's not happening right now. And so he's getting into bad counts where he is more likely to chase. There's so much going on that I think builds on itself. The struggles of one guy can contribute to the struggles of the other guys, is what I'm saying. Did somebody in the chat says, somebody said the Dodgers got on base because of 2 errors by the shortstop. They didn't. Neither of those were errors on Mason Wynn. They were both hits. The first one, there's more of a case for an error. They could have been played
better. Yeah, they could have been played better.
The second one, it's like, he had to dive for it. You're never going to get called for an error when you dive for it. The first one by Tucker, that backhand short hop, it's a tough play. The hitter gets the benefit of the doubt there. But yeah, and then Muncy's hit where Weatherholt just kind of misjudged the line drive while he's in the air. And obviously, when you're jumping up to catch a ball, there's so much going on. He can be forgiven for misjudging the ball, but all 3 of those could have very easily been game-ending outs. And instead, they all turned into hits, and the game-ending out didn't come until Dalton Rushing struck out pinch hitting for Santiago Espinal.
And he definitely, the 1-1 pitch, that was the one to hit. That's the one where you just open the hips, let it fire, watch that ball fly over the wall, and we're having a very different vibe for this post-game show. And we were sitting here watching that 9th inning, talking about like, oh man, we're gonna have to change the narrative. I guess we'll welcome a changed narrative, a happy Dodgers come from behind to win this game and go for a potential series win tomorrow. But no, the narrative remains that it's painful to watch this team. It's not even painful again. It's just disappointing to watch this team play right now. And John C. Earlier in the chat says, Clint, that I'm wearing a Savannah Bananas hat. If people can't see it, he said that hat is bad luck. Chuck it. Well, one, this is my revolt against the Dodgers because they're playing so poorly, even though I usually just wear hats that support the podcasts. But I put the hat on, and they did score 2 runs. Oh. Just saying. I'll wear it all game tomorrow.
Yeah, I think swinging at bad pitches was the bad luck.
Yeah.
That's what happened there.
Do you have sources?
I might. I just missed one. Matty Man says Muncy hit that ball 150 miles an hour. It was 102.3, but the point is taken. Yeah, when you are jumping up in the air trying to catch a hard hit line drive, Muncy earned that hit, even though it hit Weatherholt in the glove, and he could have caught it. That's why it's a hit. I'm so sad it's gotten to this. As Freddie has looked bad for a while, even last season he started striking out a lot. Freddie has had some good stretches this season, but the last, really it lines up with the overall struggles of the team. I think Freddie is definitely one of the ones who is slumping badly, but honestly, almost everybody on the team is slumping badly right now. Atomic Punk says send the entire team down for hungry rookies. I mean, if we don't want the Dodgers to make the playoffs, I think that's a good idea. Dang it, I can't stop myself from arguing, Clint.
It's what you're good at. It's the thing you're best at.
It probably is, which is sad. But I've got a couple more super chats. Raul, $1.99 says no home runs in 6 games is ridiculous.
Shocking.
People will still say the problem is that they're swinging for the fences. It's weird that the team that led the majors in homers up to that point, I assume they don't anymore now that they haven't homered in 6 games, but before that 6-game stretch, they were leading the majors in homers, and now they haven't homered in 6 games, and they have a lot of guys who should be able to hit home runs. Muncy almost hit one yesterday. He actually hit the ball. I noticed on Muncy's double yesterday, the RBI double, that the trajectory, the location was very similar to his walk-off home run in the 18th inning in the 2018 World Series. So I looked it up. He actually hit that double 14 feet farther than he hit his walk-off home run in that World Series. Just different stadium. And yesterday's was more of a line drive. Yesterday's was a 24-degree launch angle, hit quite a bit harder. The home run was a 33-degree launch angle that he got under and just barely got it out. But yeah, so I mean, they've come close to some home runs, but haven't hit them. Terry Hesticles, best name on Twitter, $4.99 super chat. I knew Rushing was striking out after staring at 2 fastballs down the pipe. Yeah, and
those were tough.
To be fair, like we look at that second pitch and say, oh man, that's the one to hit. It's 99 on the inside part of the plate. Like there's a reason this dude has become the Cardinals closer. He's got good stuff. He's hard to hit. But yeah, you don't want to get into a 2-strike count against a guy with good stuff because then you get fooled and you strike out and the game's over. So maybe you want to be a more aggressive early in that count. $10 from Jedi Engineer. Just another one of those days where baseball doesn't care about your feelings. Go from can't get out to can't buy a hit on discount. Walker can't keep this up, just like Otani. We won't keep going over. The thing
is, Jordan Walker has been really good all season for them. Don't know how he found it. I don't think they want to ask him because he, you heard Ken Rosenthal's report. He's just going up there not thinking about anything. But once again, even Roki, we talked about Roki today. The pitching did enough to more than enough to win this game or keep it close enough to give the Dodgers an opportunity to win. But if you don't score any runs or you score only 2, you're going to have a hard time winning that ball game.
Yeah.
Science. It's science.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want a silver lining, and that's not what we're here for, but I am going to throw it out there. Everybody else in the division sucks right now too. Every team in the National League West came into today on a multi-game losing streak. So far today, the Dodgers, Giants, and D-backs have already lost, and the Padres and Rockies are currently losing.
Padres are down 2-0 to the White Sox as we speak.
Yeah.
If they win that game, though, they have a half-game lead over the Dodgers. By percentage points, they are technically in first place in the NL West right now, which I'm sure people are going to be happy about.
Yeah, absolutely. BL Boy definitely got the point. Says, well, let's hang a banner for almost hitting a home run. Sheesh. Presented without comment.
We'll get so we can get our buddy over at Drip Show to make that banner.
I've got some that I starred earlier in the chat. Enigma says losing 4 games in a row is pathetic. True Blue Reef says Jeff Snyder, but it's only 1 game, right? No, that's kind of the point. See the headline? It's 9 games in their last 15. Today was only 1 game. Yes, they only played 1 game today. Unlike my son's team, who played 2 games today. They scored 5 runs in the first inning of their first game and then didn't score the last 13 innings of the day. Went 1-1 on the day. I've seen a lot of non-offense today. Let's put it that way. Mr. 91 J May says Andy Paul has underlying numbers haven't changed. He was just really hot at the start of the year. He still chases at absolutely everything. I do think his chase rate was better early in the season when he was hitting better, and I don't think those are unrelated. But yeah, it's not like he came into the season as a fundamentally different hitter as far as plate discipline goes. He was doing a better job of going with the pitch, hitting the ball to the opposite field, driving pitches with authority, but definitely plate discipline is a part of his game where there's always been room for improvement.
Would you say it's more of the league making an adjustment on, him? He was using the whole field a lot more over those first couple of weeks, or is it more so maybe maybe that was just a heater and he's falling back to earth extremely hard and chasing and trying to capture that glory of the first couple of weeks? What do you think? More of the league adjustments or more him just being bad?
I think Andy Pages is always going to be a very streaky hitter. And what you get with those is sometimes like the cold streaks are going to be really cold, like we saw last October. And what we're seeing right now, like you can see why those cold streaks happen. Blaze, what's that say? Blazy J says Pages needs that traject machine every day. I don't know. Like, I hope he busts out of it because he did show a lot of signs of being a lot better. and I don't think that he's a lost cause, but right now he's struggling. Adam 818 Valley says Dodgers used to be good in the regular season, then choke in the playoffs. LOL. Yeah, and if they can get their bat out of the way now, and then play great in October, and cue somebody in the chat saying they're not going to make it to October at this rate, which at this rate, yes. If they continue to lose 9 out of every 15 games, I agree they won't make it to October. I don't think they're going to continue to. They're too talented to stay this bad, Clint. But there's always, like, when you are dealing with an older team, it's like, okay, at some point, Freddie Freeman's going to stop being a good hitter. And I hope it's after he retires. But at his age, it could happen anytime. And it's one of those things where we won't know until we look past and we'll be able to identify, that's when Freddie got bad. But you never know in the moment because it just looks like a slump, which is one of the reasons that I've always at least been inclined to defend the front office when they don't give guys super long contracts, because you never know when somebody, if they are now bad or just going through a slump. Fubeka, Voice of Reason, says we have the same record right now as we did at this time in 2024.
The people don't want to hear that.
Mr. 91 Jamie, Otani, Freddie, and Smith aren't getting it done. No. Plus Tucker, plus Pajes, plus pretty much everybody except Max Muncy, for the most part. Mr. Buddha says, please tell me they're not going to lose to groundskeeper Willie tomorrow. Yeah, that's really another storyline. They get to face Dustin May tomorrow. So either it's going to be a good day champion, or the worst day. And only time will tell.
Yeah, I called the Muncy homer off of D May. I think he's due for a dinger out there, and I would love to see the Dodgers, do anything to put runs on the board, but a homer would be fun. It would be nice. It would oh wow. Raul, get that latest super chat from Raul. That's tough.
$1.99 swing from... looking a bit Outman-ish. Speaking of Outman swings, did you notice how much Burleson's homer yesterday looked like an Outman swing? That little, I didn't even swing all the way. Like when Outman was good.
Little half swinger.
Yeah, the little half swing that, like, how did he hit that ball that hard? But yeah, Tucker looking a little bit more out. But Tucker's strikeout rate has actually improved. After starting off the season really, really badly, he's not striking out as much. And so I don't think it's necessarily Outman-ish, because Outman's big issue was that he just forgot how to make the baseball bat hit the baseball, which is a bad thing when you're a hitter, Yeah. $2 super jet from Mookie Betts 50. I assume this is the real Mookie Betts.
Yeah, it's real.
Especially based on the content of the $2 super chat, which is we panicking, just DFA everyone and start over. So, wow, Mook. Mook's going through it,
It happens, man. It happens. He misses playing baseball, but we appreciate Mookie taking time to join us here on the All Dodgers podcast.
And speaking of Mookie, $1.99 super chat from our buddy James Darshevsky. We need Mookie. This offense sucks without him. The offense didn't start sucking when Mookie got hurt, but it's definitely a better offense when Mookie is in the lineup, because Mookie is a better hitter right now than whichever guy is playing instead of him, whether it's Kim, whether it's Freeland, whoever it is. Mookie's a better hitter. I don't think Mookie is the solution to all of this. I think the big solution is the guys who are currently in the lineup hitting better.
Joel said a couple minutes ago in the chat, it's like, at least I'm no longer worried about what to do with all these great players when Kike and Tommy return. You can throw Mookie in there. But yeah, it's not really the bottom of the order dudes. It's not really a Kim your bench gets better if Tommy Edman is on it instead of Santiago Espinal, 100%. And maybe even Ha-Seong Kim, I guess, to a degree. But it's not those guys. It's your superstars that aren't performing right now, that aren't really getting on base. They aren't driving in runs. They aren't driving the baseball at all. Freddie, by the way, somebody was talking about us, quit being mean to Pajes. He's doing great. The numbers overall, because of how good he was over the first 3 weeks, it looks like he's having a really good season. But I think his OPS is under 500 or around 500 over the last week or two. Same with Freddie. Last 10 days now, 476 OPS. One RBI for Freddie Freeman in 10 games. That's we are all not going to have fun when Freddie is doing that. And look at us here. We are not having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Drew Durr says, I'd like to see a stat on how many double plays they've hit into lately or this year and how that compares. Yeah, today they hit into way too many. So they hit into 4 today. Let's see how many that is this year. Double plays, they've hit into 28 now. But literally 14.3% of their double plays they've hit into this year happened today. And so it's not overall a huge issue for them. How many did they hit into last year in the full season? They hit into 108 last year. So definitely ahead of last year's pace. But today was still a little bit of an anomaly in the double play department. But yeah, they need to hit more line drives. One of the double plays was a line drive. So, and I don't know if that one counts, if that would be counted. It was a double play, but it's not a grounded into a double play, a GIDP. So I don't know exactly how that gets tracked, but I know it's not fun to watch when 4 times in 5 innings they hit into a double play.
Yeah, when it still results in 2 outs off the bat, it's not good.
They were getting in.
It's not good, Jim.
Getting guys on base and just not getting them in, and which was the same thing we saw in the Marlins series. Richie got mad at me for arguing with his voicemail the other night because he was talking about them striking out too much. The fact is, they only struck out 16 times in the 3-game series with the Marlins. Strikeouts weren't the problem. It was not getting guys in when you had them on base, and that is currently an issue with these Dodgers. I think firing guys would be an overreaction, but yeah, they need to. Dave Roberts, was it last year or the year before? The doc called them out. It was kind of publicly, and it was around this time of year. I feel like it was late May that time, but he called them out a little bit, and then they stepped it up. I don't know if it's a motivation thing. Like, obviously, the Dodger players all want to be playing better right now than they are, and it's just not happening. And so is that... I don't know what the answer, and obviously there is no easy answer. The only easy answers exist in YouTube comments.
Yeah, and that's the thing. None of them know really what's going on right now. It just sometimes you go through a cold stretch. At the same time, your teammates are going through a cold stretch. I won't call this an excuse, but it's something to throw into everybody's pile of, okay, maybe this is a contributing factor, but most of the guys in that clubhouse have been dealing with an illness that's been going around, so maybe they aren't feeling as strong or as good or able to put in as much work, and they're just falling behind. And having Shohei and Freddie not performing is making Teo try harder and press, or Pajes try harder and press, like you were suggesting a little bit earlier there, and Tucker trying harder, pressing there on top of pressing to make it seem like it's not a bad contract. I'm looking forward to the time that we are able to say, you remember a couple weeks ago when we were talking about how embarrassing it was to watch this team, how disappointing it was? I want this to be in the rear view window already. Yeah. Can we get there?
I will say, for the record, I have never talked about it being embarrassing, because I have a personal policy of never being embarrassed by the things that strangers do on a baseball field.
And that's why I didn't also earlier, I meant to not say embarrassing. It's disappointing more so.
Yeah. And it's not fun, for sure.
No, yeah. Obi, it's interesting. It didn't really say it like this, but Obi1 _10 saying where to go. Just took off on me. We'll find it, I promise. It says the whole team looks unmotivated tonight. They look like they wanted to leave for dinner. I'm less inclined to subscribe to that, but I'm interested in your opinion, and I don't know if you and Speaks have had a discussion about it, but does like World Series hangover mean anything to you from this? And it feels like that's tough when they started so hot, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think when teams are playing poorly, it's easy for us to look at it and think that they look unmotivated. But I think that's a result of playing poorly, not a cause of playing poorly. It's when you don't hit the ball well, it looks like you're not trying to hit it. Andy Pajes isn't going up there saying, how badly can I strike out this time? Freddie Freeman's like, hey, this swinging and missing is a lot more fun than hitting doubles at a record pace. I'm going to keep doing that. No, it's just when you're in a slump, you don't have good body language because you suck. You don't suck because of your body language. You just, it's hard.
Mr. 91 J May, good comment, good follow to that. Teams always look unmotivated when they aren't hitting. It's the laziest critique. Yeah,
it could be. I don't know how to pronounce his username. It says all the double plays could have been avoided by bunting. Getting one out on purpose is definitely a way I say to have a double play. I would still prefer the base hits over the double plays. That's another way to avoid the double play. Okay, let's look. I've got a comment here that I'm going to pop up in a second. First, let's look really quick at the FanDuel odds because with all that's going on, with how bad the Dodgers are, obviously it's got to be impacting their division odds, right, Clint? Right?
Sure.
Dodgers are currently at minus 900 to win the National League West. Interestingly, only one division at this point, the American League West, doesn't have a clear favorite at this point. All the other 5 divisions, the favorite is in the minuses on the odds. You got the Yankees at minus 360, Tigers at minus 110, Mariners at minus 100, Braves at minus 390, and the Dodgers at minus 900. Cubs are at minus 110. The Mariners are at plus 100. I read that wrong. So, the Mariners are the one that aren't a clear favorite, but Dodgers remain the clear favorites. Part of that is because, as I mentioned, rest of the National League sucks right now, too. It's now 4-0 in the White Sox-Padres game. The White Sox are still batting in the top of the 7th. They just got out, but they scored 2 more runs in the 7th, so they're at 4-0. So those losing streaks, 3 of them have continued. 2 of them look like they're going to continue tonight. So the Dodgers will hopefully remain in first place, but it is... but you can check out all those odds over at FanDuel. Thanks to them for being a presenting sponsor of all Dodgers. And with that said, I want to jump into a couple more chats because there's some things that I wanted to talk about regardless. We'll get back to the griping and venting too, so keep throwing those in. I'll try to keep an eye on them. But Modder15 says, we don't need Rojas coming back for another year, dog. There was a story by Ken Rosenthal the other day that Miguel Rojas told him if the Dodgers win a 3rd straight World Series, he would be tempted to come back for a 4th straight one to try to do that. Nobody has won 4 straight since the Yankees in the early 50s. And so it would be even more historic. I just knocked over my microphone. That's how angry I am.
About Miggy Rowe coming back for a 4th World Series?
Let's just say I agree with Modder 15. I think Miggy Rowe should stick to his plan and retire. Even if he has a great season, I think it's best for all involved if he goes out on a high note with the 3rd straight World Series ring and just, and then he can always say if they don't win a 4th one in a row, he can always have that bragging right. See, it's because I retired. I don't know. What do you think? Do you want Miggy back next year?
I think if they win a World Series, I think he can have an option, but I personally think it's time to see what other guys can do. It's time for Ha-Seong Kim to get more regular playing time some way or in some way, shape, or form. You're going to need space for Tommy Edman. You're going to need space for Alex Friedland if he's going to be around. I would say stick to what you said you were going to do. You want to go out there, win one more, try to get this 3-peat, go out on top as a champion. Don't go through another one of these long seasons. I would lean that way personally.
Yeah. I love Miggy Rowe, and I will always be thankful for what he did in 2025. I am 97% sure that the Dodgers themselves would encourage him to stick to his current plan. You go watch your son play ball. We'll have a coaching job ready for you whenever you're ready to be back on the road. But right now, it's time for the younger guys to get their shots, or the free agents, whoever it is. It's time for somebody to get that shot.
It's not taking anything away from him as well. Like, he's been a really good player. He's playing nice defense this year. He's hitting well, but he's very much on the wrong side of 30 now. And I mean, I don't know if he can still play. I guess it's worth the question or the conversation. But I would definitely agree with your sentiment that the club would probably gently nudge him to call it a day there, bud.
Yeah. I'm about to break my promise, because I'm gonna put a comment up on the screen, and then I'm going to criticize it. But that's because this one is not criticizing the Dodgers; it's criticizing us, and so I think it's fair game for me to clap back. Somebody with a stupid username that I can't pronounce says, "You guys are soft. They're embarrassing whether you know them or not. Billy Dar lineup, and they suck." I just want to say, if you're embarrassed by strangers and I'm the soft one, it's not mathin'. Hashtag math, baby. I think you need more mental toughness in life if you are embarrassed by what strangers do on a baseball field. Hashtag mental toughness. Man up and quit being a baby. There. All right. The rest of them.
To the best of your ability.
I said earlier there are no easy answers. Our buddy Steve disagrees. He says easy answer equals hit ball. There are easy answers. There are no simple solutions. We'll put it that way, because hit ball is unfortunately the hardest thing to do in the world.
Raul said that he got snited.
Absolutely. Ricardo says, do they need to listen to one of Tommy Lasorda's speeches? Yeah. You know what? If you got the Kurt Bavacqua speech queued up, it is a Saturday, play that one for him. I don't know if that's motivating to players, but yeah, you know what? Dave Roberts has shown that he can motivate a team. He's not the same personality as Tommy Lasorda. I think one Tommy Lasorda was the perfect number of Tommy Lasordas in the world. And I love him dearly, but Dave Roberts isn't that kind of motivator, but I do trust him to help these to the extent that it's a motivation issue. I trust Dave Roberts to break it out. Fact is, Tommy Lasorda managed a lot of bad Dodger teams, and we remember the highlights, but having grown up in that era, Dodgers were bad a lot of the time during that era. Yeah. John C. says, I think Jeff hates us. I don't know what he's referring to, but no, I love almost everybody in this chat. There's one person whose chats I'm not putting up there because I'm still mad at him from the other night, but that's all right. David Lee says, desperate times call for desperate measures. Bring back Manny Machado. I don't know. Dodgers third baseman is the one guy who's hitting right now. So
no, I'm gonna say it's part of all Dodgers lore, and they're talking about the bobblehead, and you have that in your office, don't you? At work, or did you bring it home?
Hold on. No, it's at my. You talk. I'll be right back.
Well, I was gonna do that. I mean, it would be weird if I didn't talk. Honey Oates is asking, will we ever criticize RVS like even a little? I yes, if it feels right to. I don't think a hitting coach does as much as any of us believe them to do. I think every player is their own hitting coach to a degree, and all the actual hitting coach is there to do is either give them a feeling to look for with their swing or their timing or their load to get to a swing, or to find and queue up some old video of them being in a good spot hitting wise. I don't think RVS is going to go up there and be like, hey, swing down on the ball or swing up on the ball, uppercut the ball or whatever, and try to force a complete change, unless it's somebody who actively needs a change. to their swing or are seeking a change, reaching out for some sort of change, some sort of different feeling. Think of like a Haesung Kim in the offseason. He went to them. He's like, hey, let's try to, this is me paraphrasing, but like, let's try to figure this out. Let's get me ready for 2026 and whatever that may entail. So it's not a Rob Van Scoyoc thing that they are not hitting. Perfect timing.
I thought I had another Muncie or another Machado in the box still, and I can't find. I've got so many still in their boxes in there, and I couldn't find it. So maybe that is the problem. Although, I mean, they did play really well with that bobblehead in my closet at work too. So $5 super chat from JY Kim. I don't know if you went through any of the super chats when I wasn't here. Pop them up on the screen. JY Kim, she says, can we all take a breath and remember it's only May 2nd in a long season? People realistically didn't expect the team to win every game, right? I agree. I don't think it's unreasonable to be upset about losing 9 out of 15 games. For this team, like I was saying with Spiegel the other night, I don't think it has any bearing at all on how they're going to play in October. But it's no fun right now, for sure. So I understand why people are upset. $5 from Nicholas V. Andy Paz is swinging like he's trying to bust another illegal gambling ring. I get it. Yep. Because it was Andy Paz swinging at one of the pitches that Emmanuel Clase threw in the dirt on purpose. And that's what tipped off the feds that, wow.
That's pretty bad. That's a good pull. That's a good comment. Good job, Nicholas.
It took me a second to get it, but once I did, I very much appreciate it. Mr. Mr. 91 J May says Brock Stewart will save us, which I guess is a good enough segue into Brusdar Graterol went on a rehab assignment today. We haven't seen him since 2024. In the postseason, right? In the World Series, did he pitch in the World Series? Yeah. And then we never saw him again. Last year, he was close to coming back several times. But even in spring training, he didn't pitch this year. And we hadn't really heard much about him. And suddenly he pitched in a rehab assignment today, had a 1-2-3 inning, only took him like 8 pitches, had a strikeout in there, strikeout a couple groundouts. If Brusdar can come back, like the problem is like right now, like for a lot of this game, Clint, it felt like it was going to be a Roki Sasaki episode because Roki, he had that clunker of an inning, gave up 3 runs, four extra base hits in 1 inning, and just looked terrible. And then he settled in, and he got through 6 innings, and he threw a career high in pitches. He had a quality start today, which his ERA went down today. He pitched better than he has, and even like I was already preparing because I've always been, my stance has been you don't send him to the minors because there's things he needs to learn in the big leagues. But then I was thinking, okay, well, now that he's actually throwing a new pitch, maybe he would benefit from some time in the minors to hone in that new splitter, and then he goes and just pitches really well the last 4 innings or 3 innings of this game that he was in. And it's like that bipolar version of Roki Sasaki. But the bottom line is Roki Sasaki was the losing pitcher, but he didn't lose this game. Brock Stewart, Brusdar Graterol, the second coming of Eric Gagne, none of that would have helped the Dodgers win this game today because they only scored 2 runs, and those came in the 9th inning after they'd already given up 3. Roki Sasaki pitched well enough to win. He pitched better than he did a week ago when he did get the win against the Cubs. And he got the loss today because the offense didn't score runs. And so that's why the story of this game, the story of this slump is the offense. The pitching shouldn't have to be perfect. The pitching has been plenty good to win games. The offense hasn't. And so for Roki, Honey Oats says Sasaki is awful. He's not a great pitcher right now. There's not really any better options right now until Blake Snell comes back. As we saw yesterday, Emmett Sheehan has the potential to clunk it up once in a while too. And so, I don't know what they're going to do when Snell comes back, but until then, Roki's in the big league rotation. And today was progress over last week in some ways. And in true Roki fashion, it was a 1.5 steps forward, 1.4 steps back kind of thing. But he is what they got right now. Until River Ryan's healthy, until Blake Snell's healthy, it's not like there's that many people beating down the door for that spot,
When we're talking about the number 5, the number 6 starter, the fact that he went out there, this is a quality start. This is by definition was a quality start. It's not a good start because quality starts are, 3 earned and 6 over 6 innings isn't good, but he continues to trend forward. He continues to make some sort of steps forward, and at least is giving him, giving the team a little bit of a conversation to, have about who are they going to move or who is going to get sent down for Blake Snell when he's back in a week and a half. But yeah, to the comment on the screen, Sasaki having a whatever kind of game, Brewstar maybe being an option to come back, Brock Stewart not being too far from coming back. None of those guys are swinging the bat, and that's the problem. It's not the pitching, it's the hitting. The hitting is the problem for the Dodgers right now, and unless one of them wants to take some G-hacks or go up there and bunt the ball, they're not going to help a whole bunch. I mean, having more pitching, obviously, you can never have too much pitching. Shout out Tim Rogers, but they need to hit.
Yeah, I am excited for Brewstar to come back. I'm excited for Brock Stewart to come back. I think that Dodger fans in general are sleeping in Brock Stewart because the version of Brock Stewart that has played for the Dodgers in his career has been mostly bad. Problem is, we only saw the new version of Brock Stewart for 2 games in a Dodger uniform before he got hurt.
Yep.
But Stewart, the relief pitcher, is actually a really good relief pitcher. And so I expect him to be good when he comes back. But he was really bad when he was a starter for the Dodgers and a swingman, whatever he was. He was a bad pitcher. But new Brock Stewart is better. Brusdar Gratterall, if he can come back, just replacing whatever weak links. Edgardo Enriquez, whatever needs to happen probably needs to be happening in AAA. And as soon as there's a better option, it probably will be happening in AAA. Him figuring out, okay, I throw 102. Now, how do I become good? That's a process he's going to need to figure out, and it probably will happen in AAA once there's a replacement. Jake Eater pitched tonight came within one big hit of being the winning pitcher, but didn't happen. But he's expendable. So you can improve this bullpen, but the slump for the team will end when the slump for the offense ends. That's the key, because the slump right now is almost entirely offensive. And it's offensive.
But it's not embarrassing.
It's not. I mean, not to me. To some soft people it is.
Why would...
We got another super chat from Raul. Roki is leapfrog over Emmett, but behind Robo, cousin Robo. So for Raul, he has Roki ahead of Emmett Sheehan.
I don't think you can take Wroblewski out of the rotation right now.
Not right now, no.
Which pains me, obviously, for my narrative. But I will hand up accountability, say I was wrong. He is the 4th best starter in that rotation.
Which kind of leads into Diane's $10 super chat. Who do you expect to get sent down when Snell comes back? I would guess that it ends up being Emmett Sheehan going to a long relief piggyback kind of role. Because even though Roki Sasaki went 6 innings today, Roki's going to need to show repeatedly that he can do that regularly before they're going to really trust him to do that. And so I would guess that Roki and Sheehan get some tandem action for a little while, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, finding a way to keep him in there, a little bit of a piggyback role might not be the worst thing in the world.
And Sydney says maybe Sheehan goes to AAA to figure out why his velocity is down. That's a weird thing. It doesn't appear to be health related, but it's weird that Emmett Sheehan's velocity is so inconsistent. Also,
yeah, and he's got options that works against you.
Yeah,
it always works against you.
James Darshevsky He's claiming relationship to Robo too. He's got the Polish side. Raul's got the Roble side. So between James Darszewski and Raul Robles, we have us one Justin Robleski. So we're making family connections here, people. We are the Ancestry.com of Dodgers podcasts.
Hey, can we spin forward ever so slightly to look more at Robleski versus old pal Dustin May tomorrow? D-May has had a really good season despite the numbers. Like his last 4 starts have been very good, better than quality by definition. But that's not why I feel good about the Dodgers winning tomorrow. I feel good about the Dodgers winning tomorrow because I think former 12-year big leaguer Kyle Gibson just cursed the Cardinals. I direct the Cardinals show for the Foul Territory Network, and he texted the group 10 minutes ago, are the Cardinals the best team in the league? They're the hottest team. I feel like that's putting bad juju in the world, and the Dodgers are going to capitalize.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that bad juju, I like Dustin May. I wish him nothing but the best other than tomorrow. I want nothing but the worst for him tomorrow. I want him to be sad. I want his wife to be sad, his parents to be sad. He's got a kid, right? I think he's got a kid. I hope the kid cries. No,
they got dogs.
Oh, that's right.
Leave the dogs alone.
Okay, I want the dogs to be happy because dogs are always happy. I hope the dogs help cheer him up after he gets destroyed by the Dodgers tomorrow.
You know what? We also hope that his salad isn't too firm. Is that too far? Maybe too far.
It might be.
Too far.
Nicole says, "What are hitting coaches for, if not to at least evaluate hitting and explore improvement?" And my point there would be, of course they're doing that. Of course they're evaluating and exploring and trying to improve. In the end, coaches, all they can do is coach, and the hitters have to execute. And there's no amount of coaching that can get somebody out of a slump sometimes. Sometimes you just got to get yourself out of the slump by continuing to swing.
I also don't know how the Dodgers are, coming off of back-to-back World Series wins with these hitting coaches and open the season as hot as they did with these hitting coaches, and now it's the hitting coaches that are the problem. Players are the problem. Well, almost without fail, the players are the problem. Dodgers losing in 2019 in the postseason. The players were the problem because, well, Dave was the problem there because he put the wrong players in, but they were the problem. Like 2021, the players falling apart as I freeze were the problem. Right here, it's not the coaches.
Yeah. Firing
Dave or firing one of them isn't going to make a difference. It's just them stacking some hits, stacking some, walks, stringing some things together to go a long way.
Yeah. Bruce Davis didn't appreciate me saying I want Dustin May's parents to be sad. I think wanting somebody to be sad because their son pitched poorly against the Dodgers is totally fair game. I'm not wishing ill health on them. I don't want long-lasting sadness. I want them to be sad tomorrow. I'm okay with that. Clint's the one who brought up the salad.
Yeah, that's me. And Raul gave us $1.99 about it. Says, you don't make friends with salad. You don't make friends with salad.
Oh, thanks to Raul for today's obligatory Simpsons. I think I did a Simpsons reference earlier, didn't I? I can't remember.
Probably. I don't know. I wasn't here.
We do sometimes with that. Did I miss any super chats? I don't think. Oh, yeah. Enigma $1.99 said, don't want to be the 3 seed again, 2 extra games. Yeah, in general, you want to be one of those top 2 seeds, have the week off. They seem to have figured out how to make that work in 2024. More time off is all, fewer games you have to play is always better. So that's their goal, I'm sure, is to be one of the top 2 seeds. And technically every game counts towards that. They could lose that spot by 1 game, and we'll look back at this series with the Cardinals. If they had just won 2 out of 3 instead of losing 2 out of 3, but they're also going to have hot stretches this year. They're going to have a 6-game winning streak, and probably 2 of those games will be like, yeah, they probably didn't deserve to win that game, but things are just going right for them. Those things, they do even out. And if you only look at you only look at the ones that they should have won and they didn't, you're only seeing half of the story.
Amanda kind of, I guess we'll say the comment subscribes to that, mindset in a way. I think, I don't know. I probably should have tried less to set it up, but yeah, it's a typical spring slump. It happens. They're frustrating. You're going to see one during the summer. You're going to see one probably heading into the fall. That's just baseball. That's baseball. These things happen. What I will ask to, I guess not appease, but to lend some credence. I don't know. I'm trying too hard. If they continue to play poorly, what does need to change? Like how, or more so, how many more games do they need to lose or play this poorly before we actually do start to consider like maybe Rob Van Scoyoc is a problem, or they just need a different voice or change for the sake of change?
For me, I never believe in change for the sake of change. If they're going to make a change, I think that they need to have a specific, here's why we think this particular person or these people aren't getting the job done, and here's why we think a change will improve that. And right now, I don't see anything about it that seems coaching related. And so for me, and obviously I don't have all the information, maybe, the people who are around those guys every day, maybe they will see, oh yeah, we've got a problem with this particular coach or this particular whatever. But right now it's players slumping. And like, what do you think a hitting coach should tell Freddie Freeman that he doesn't already know? Like, yeah. Freddie Freeman knows more about hitting than pretty much anybody else in Major League Baseball rosters or coaching staffs. So what is a hitting coach supposed to tell him? No, what Freddie needs is to talk it out with his dad, get in the batting cage, and figure it out. That's what Freddie does, and hitting coach is one of those things. The main job function of a hitting coach is to be a scapegoat when a team is playing poorly. That's the main thing that hitting coaches do. And I appreciate that the Dodgers don't believe in scapegoats. It helps that they don't suck very often. But yeah, we don't get knee-jerk reactions in the Dodgers organization, and I like that.
So instead of firing, just hire Freddie's dad, hire JD Martinez. I don't know who else. Let's bring back Turner Ward for fun. Thank you. Everybody's favorite Jeff in the chat.
I'm everybody's second favorite Jeff. Oh, man.
Yeah, you moved down that list real quick.
I sure did.
Ken Wolcott with a very good comment for everybody to see. Hitting is contagious, and so are slumps. And that's what this is. It's a team-wide slump. I was reading, or as I was glancing at the post-game article from Bill Plunkett over on the OC Register right now, and they actually addressed the illness. Doc talked about the illness that's sweeping that clubhouse. He says it is a factor. That's the truth. That Muncie's got it. Freddie's dealing with it. Teo has, and other guys have dealt with it to some degree. He says they're halfway done. So just survive the sickness and we'll be good.
Yeah. Maybe. Earlier, Drew said, I think the Dodgers need to literally get well and stop being sick.
Yeah.
Then hopefully they'll look more energetic and actually hit line drives again. Yeah, it's hard to do stuff when you're sick. So that could be some of it. I don't know if that's an excuse or whatever. Raul says, bring back Brent Honeywell for batting practice.
You got Mookie right.
If you're bringing Honeywell back for something, that's what I want it to be for sure.
Somebody else also in the chat, I think it was one of the Alexes, said that, I'm such a pitching guru. Am I a hitting guru? No. And I'm not a pitching guru either. I know how to make the ball move. I just don't know how to make it go fast out of my arm. But I am a terrible hitter. I'm a straight up kind of hitter. So
straight up the Paula Abdul song?
Yep.
Straight
Yep.
up now, tell me, are you really
So we need
me forever?
everybody loves our 80s and 90s pop music references. We're getting into all Dodgers karaoke now because I can see the chat. I can see the chat already leaving, guys. Before you do that, make sure you hit the like button on the video. It helps us out a whole bunch. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on that notification bell. I understand that YouTube has made some changes to the notifications as well. They're trying to make it better. If you have it, like not everybody always gets notified. And also you see over Jeff's head right now. If you want to continue the conversation more with us and support the boys, myself, Jeff, a little bit of Kevin, scan that QR code, join the conversation on Discord through either our Patreon or YouTube members. It helps us out a whole bunch. Again, it goes directly to supporting us. And all those things do. I was saying something else before and then I forgot. But yeah, I'm a bad hitter.
Yeah, well, good. Fubeka says, Jeff, stop singing songs I know. It ages me. Translation, I don't want people to think I'm as old as you gray-haired old man. So, yeah. Do I look any younger since I trimmed my beard so it's not gray and fluffy on the sides now? No, still look a little old. A little bit, just a little bit old.
No, I mean, you're pretty old, yeah.
Raul,
you look an amount of old.
Raul's excited for the AI channel on the Discord. I think we're getting a Jeff Snyder, Paula Abdul mashup in AI tonight. So that'll be good. I don't know what else to say. You know, like this isn't fun. The Dodgers can make it more fun by winning tomorrow. They could definitely make it more fun after that by doing what Honey Oates suggested earlier, because they go to Houston next. And sweeping the Astros could definitely make some people feel better. But yeah, it's one game at a time. Got to win one. Did you just sniff your baseball?
Yeah.
How's it smell?
Leathery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't have much of a smell. Is yours newer than mine?
This is a 2020 All-Star Game ball, so maybe.
This one is, what's that logo? What's that?
That's the 50th, the 60th, I think. It's not
so
really
that would have been 2022-ish?
Get a better camera.
Yeah. Don't blame my camera.
Dodgers are good. Kind of getting tired of this losing streak. He's have to change the username. They're gonna have to change it to Dodgers aren't good.
Yeah.
By the way, I mentioned the Astros. Astros have been really, really bad. So if they find a way to lose to the Stros, that's gonna be a problem there, Bob. It's gonna be a real problem.
Yeah. Hey, we got a $2 super chat from Steve. All Dodgers party machine with some.
I understood that. You know who wouldn't understand that reference? Kevin.
Yeah. Is it about Ronnie James Dio?
Astros are 13-21. Ow.
So yeah, the Dodgers really need to win that series. David Sabatini, $5 super chat, says no reason to panic about the Dodgers, Jeff and Clint. I've got huge food picks coming up tomorrow. We're smoking a 15-pound turkey. That's exciting. He's got a Lakers logo as his avatar. So congratulations to the Lakers taking down the Houston Rockets. Did I get that right?
Yeah, yes.
Big
say,
NBA
but
guy
you embiggening the logo makes me miss Handsome Ben.
Yeah, where is Handsome Ben tonight?
We appreciate you, Handsome Ben.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of yesterday's game because I was at my first NHL game ever, sitting in a luxury suite at the Delta Center watching the Utah Mammoth season end. It was a blast. I love it. Hockey, I think, is the only sport besides baseball that I would actually say I like that sport. Other sports, say, okay, that's fine. But hockey, I really like. I really enjoy. But I'd never been to an NHL game until yesterday. Went with my son, had a blast, even though my hometown Utah Mammoth lost to get eliminated from the playoffs just a few minutes after the Lakers finished beating the Houston Rockets to advance in their playoffs. So congrats to the Lakers. Congrats to whoever beat the Mammoth last night. Who was it? It was it was the Vegas Golden Knights. I was there. Yeah. Mammoth's color scheme is nice. I
Okay, I got
They do a lot of things right. If Major League Baseball comes to Utah, I hope Ryan and Ashley Smith are involved because they have done wonders for the Jazz and for the Mammoth, the experience and everything. They know what they're doing, and it's a good atmosphere there. So go check out a Utah Mammoth game when you get a chance.
Not a sponsor. It looks like such a NCAA logo. As a college logo.
The Mammoth does? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
By the way, we mentioned not a sponsor, and I think we both forgot we're supposed to be talking about IQ Bar.
Crap, I did forget that. Oh. All right.
Do you still have the old video I can plug in?
Yeah.
Plug in?
I think I do. You ready to talk about it? Is this this is the old video. Yeah, I think I've got this one. Should we do that real quick? Well,
Let's see if it's there.
Well, I've got one that says IQ Bar and one that says IQ SOT.
Yeah, it's a SOT, sound over tape. So it should be the video, unless the video is missing, and then we'll have to go look at it. Let's find out together. See. Today's episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack, hydration, and coffee sponsor. IQ Bar has protein bars. The IQ Mix is a hydration mix you add to your water. And IQ Joe is a mushroom coffee. They're all a delicious, low-sugar, brain and body fuel that you will need to win your day. Of course, you have the Ultimate Sampler Pack. I have one in my hands right now. You're going to see in just a second. It's a great way to try all of the IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ Bars, 8 IQ Mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. IQ Mix is really cool. It's a zero sugar drink mix that hydrates you. It has the electrolytes. It improves your mood. It boosts clarity. And maybe it has what plants crave. I don't know, but it has what I crave. I've tried them all. I like them. I love them. And I need to get myself more to survive the long season ahead of us right now. Maybe I'll use this promo code as well. Right now, IQ Bar is offering a special for our listeners, 20% off all IQ Bar products. That does include that Ultimate Sampler Pack. You also get free shipping with it. You get 20% off by texting MLB to 64,000. That is MLB to 64000. Message and data rates may apply. Again, free shipping. Do check it out. Thank you for supporting the sponsors that support us here at All Dodgers. Yeah, you know what's funny about that, Jeff? What's funny is that we both forgot about it, but I've been drinking my IQ Mix during this show the whole time. But see, look, it helped with the clarity and my mood because I eventually remembered, IQ Bar is back. Proud sponsor of the show. We appreciate IQ Bar a bunch. You're also muted.
Sorry. Somebody in the chat mentioned Padres 2-on, no outs in the ninth inning, trailing 4-0. It's now bases loaded, no outs in the ninth inning. Somebody named Grant Taylor is trying to ruin this, pitching for the White Sox. So gonna need Gavin Sheets to not hit one of those Slam Diegos. I hate Don Arcio. He's so.
We'll stick out the game, and then we will hit the wrap it up button from there. Yeah. We were talking about the Astros facing them in the next series, and somebody said look up their pitching numbers. 5.91 ERA, team ERA. That's the worst in baseball. They allow the most base runners with a 1.63 WHIP. They allow the third worst opponent average at 265. It feels like a good get right series. Like, I was always a little worried about this card series just because the Cardinals have been playing very well. They're a team that's young, dumb, enjoying themselves. They are they don't really have a lot to prove to anybody. So just go out and play baseball, and that's what they're doing, and they're doing it well, and they're beating a team that's really down right now.
Yeah. Hopefully the Astros are going to be what this Dodgers offense needs to break up. That
Kevin just joined the chat, and he said, so they're throwing a no-no? 100%.
Shut up, Kevin.
Hey, you're supposed to be nice to all of our fans.
That's true. Joshua Alonso says, how many save opportunities have we even had since losing Edwin Diaz? Not very many. Maybe that's the approach.
Nice, yeah.
Hey, we don't know who our closer is going to be, and so something called Grant Taylor just got an out. Now it's basically one out. He
Let's go, Grant Taylor.
Struck out Gavin Sheets looking on a ABS challenge. So, way to go.
By the way, on the Kevin front, we're gonna have our first Speaks Kevin show tomorrow night. At least that's the plan as of now. I'm honestly looking forward to that. I think it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah,
so
it should.
Make sure you guys are tuning in tomorrow night.
Ray Soto,
the Dodgers salvage a series.
Ray Soto says Dustin May 6 1/3 innings, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts tomorrow.
Yeah, he's gonna. I don't know. I bet. Like, was that a power play? I understand you're a big hockey guy now, but was that like a power move by the Dodgers to give him his ring and his jersey and his hat, and you see the photo of him wearing the jersey with his ring and all that? Like, I'm sure he's like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr," as they enter the series, and you guys can quote me on that. I'm sure he's a little more that calms him down a little bit more about trying to beat his old team that traded him away for not nothing. It was a great trade for the Dodgers. But
Michael Conforto got his ring and then went out and got his first hit at Dodger Stadium in 13 years. So, the White Sox are changing pitchers. We really going to wait out this game?
We don't have to do that.
Where are we? Did they just? Oh, so Taylor just? Yeah, they realized. Okay, we need to do better there. So, I think this is about all we got for tonight. This was. I think this episode was more fun than the game it was talking about. I think there was some good. I think it's important to have opportunities to commiserate when we're frustrated together, when we're sad together, even if we don't necessarily agree on all the reasons we're sad or the ways to express it or any of that, In the end, we all just want the Dodgers to win games. And some people think they needed to fire guys to do it, and some people think they don't. That's fine. We don't have to agree on all that. We all agree that at least they don't wear pea yellow and poo brown like the Padres do. At least they don't wear terrible orange like the Giants do and the Astros do. Orange is so ugly. Like I can't even enjoy Halloween anymore because the Giants and Astros wear orange, Drew says, I laughed when Joe Davis said on the broadcast today that Tanner Scott is the Dodgers' new closer unofficially. Tanner Scott has pitched, but not. He came in the 7th inning yesterday, right? I think. Or was that the day before? I don't know.
I think game before.
Yeah, not the day before.
I think he's had one save opportunity since they lost Diaz. So good on them. Yep. Good on them. We appreciate that.
Well, now the game's back. Miguel Andujar's up facing Sir Anthony Dominguez, which Sir Anthony Dominguez is a guy who I have concerns with. Like, partly because I always get him and Hector Neris mixed up. And then I think of Hector Neris and the Absolute Madness game. And so, but hopefully Sir Anthony Dominguez can be better for the White Sox right now than he is in my head.
2 out.
Got to pop up.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 outs.
Fly out the center.
That's right field.
That was I just saw center. Well, I was watching the little thing, like the little graphic.
I actually turned on the game, so.
Wow.
I've got the video
That's what
going.
It showed me.
So don't demonetize me, but there it is.
Oh, yeah, we definitely just lost it. Bye-bye money.
Yeah, all that IQ bar money out the window.
Well, we still would get that.
Hey, we got a Cardinals fan in the chat. Cardinals fan here. Sorry, my joy has to come with your pain. I know how things will look at the end of the season, and I wish you luck after tomorrow. Yeah, I do think it's very likely that the Dodgers finish the season with a better record than the Cardinals. But right now, today's game, yesterday's game, not fun. We're going to wrap this up as soon as the White Sox wrap up this victory over the Padres to confirm that all 5 National League West teams won again today. Stop challenging pitches that aren't wrong. You're just delaying the end of this episode. I got to go somewhere. We sold a desk on Facebook Marketplace, and I have to. Oh, he won the challenge. Okay, I'm sorry for criticizing you.
Wow. No
Edgar
respect.
Quero. Is that his name? Edgar?
Strikes out swinging. Ball game.
Edgar.
The Dodgers remain in first place.
That's our Dodgers.
By a half game.
Yeah. Go Dodgers. Keep killing it. You know, Dodgers just staying in first place because they are the best team in baseball. You are the best fans in baseball, best team and best podcast. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for the chats. Almost 1,500 chats tonight. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks to the chat moderators. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube. If you're listening on the podcast later, be sure you subscribe there. If you're watching us live, be sure to listen on the podcast version tomorrow morning too, or later tonight, you know. Numbers is numbers, baby. Thank you to the Believe Network for having us. Thank you to FanDuel for sponsoring the show and IQ Bar, all of those things. And I think, Clint, with that said, all that's left to say is bye.
Bye.